Девушке выпала большая честь совершить полет в космос.
Valentina Tereshkova was born in Russia on March 6, 1937. Valentina started school at the late age of 8. At 16, she left school and began to work. Valentina's life was quite simple. Her father a tractor driver and her mother a factory worker. At the age of 2, Valentina's father died while in war. At age 16, she left school to work as a factory worker with her mother. She continued to keep learning by correspondence courses. Valentina showed an interest of parachuting at a young age. She saved up money from her factory job to take her first jump. Her experience in parachuting led to her being the first woman and the youngest to go to space. She was sent to space on June 16, 1963, aboard the Vostok 6. Valentina and Vostok 6 made 48 orbits of Earth in the 70.8-hour time she was in space. While in space, Valentina realized something was terribly wrong. There was a problem with her automatic system in the spacecraft. During the braking phase, the craft was oriented for ascent but not for descent, meaning she could be trapped in space and never come back to Earth. But upon the completion of her mission, Valentina was awarded with the title Hero of the Soviet Union. Valentina never flew again, but instead became a person for the Soviet Union. She also received the United Nations Gold Medal of Peace. Here is an interview 14 years after the flight.
Most memorable moments were when I piloted the spacecraft manually. Just knowing that such a complicated machine actually obeyed feminine hands made me happy for womankind. It proved that they can be equal with men, not only on Earth but in space as well.
It's 14 years since you made your flight, and since then neither Russia nor America has produced any other women astronauts. Does that mean that women are just not very suitable for going into space?
I think a woman's body can take exactly what a man's can during a space flight. It's true it has been a long time since a woman was in space, but I'm quite sure that women will fly in space again. In our program, there are women engineers, biologists, medical experts. They work together on the ground, so I'm sure that in the future there will be equal members of space teams themselves.
Nevertheless, did you yourself find any part of the training for going into space or the journey itself particularly difficult or stressful?
I must say that unfortunately space doesn't make any polite concessions to women. Our training program doesn't differ in any way from men's. The training itself is very difficult. To cope with controlling a spaceship, you have to be able to pilot modern aircraft. You must have a perfect knowledge of space technology and all the equipment on board the module itself. It's difficult for a man as well as a woman. We cosmonauts have to train for such a long time, and one gets so used to the idea of going into space that the flight itself is a comparatively easy job. But it does require great physical effort and a lot of knowledge. Cosmonauts are ordinary Soviet citizens like millions of others. In the town where the cosmonauts live, our conditions are the same and we enjoy the same privileges as the rest of the Soviet people. I would like to invite you to come and see for yourself and compare. You will see that cosmonauts have the same lifestyle as the rest of the people.
Valentina ended up marrying astronaut Andriy Nikolaev. The two ended up having a daughter that became a subject of medical significance. She was a subject of medical significance because both Valentina and Andriy had both spent time in space. Overall, Valentina broke the barrier and has opened the door to female astronauts by being the first and youngest woman to travel to space. Valentina Tereshkova is a national hero to all women who have dreams about working with NASA or anything to do with space. The next clip is an interview from a few years ago.
Ну, я должна сказать, что к космическому полету я готовилась вместе с другими девушками в то время, кандидатами на полет. Нас было всего 5 человек. Во-первых, Юрий Гагарин, уже слетал Герман Титов, и они, естественно, были нашими первыми друзьями. Я могу сказать, что мой космический корабль был сориентирован так и заложен в автоматику, что вместо того, чтобы тормозная двигательная установка, когда включится, не сталкивала корабль, а наоборот поднимала орбиту. И, естественно, я бы могла и не вернуться. Эту ошибку я заметила сразу, когда корабль вышел уже в открытый космос и началась работа. Я доложила на Землю нашему главному конструктору Сергею Павловичу Королеву. И мне дали все данные для того, чтобы я исправила эту ошибку, потому что координаты дает Земля. Все я внесла, приземлилась, все отработало, было нормально, но поскольку в то время шла, соревнование было довольно жесткое с американцами, поэтому наш главный конструктор сказал, не надо говорить об этом. Но я могу сказать совершенно откровенно, с самых первых полетов, с полета Юрия Гагарина, наша страна всегда выступала за мирные исследования космического пространства. Потому что Земля одна, на которой мы живем, и небо одно, которое нас укрывает. Поэтому это очень хорошо, что государства, руководители многих государств осознали это и сейчас плодотворно сотрудничают в исследовании космического пространства.